back to another self-care Sunday. So I have to be honest, this is my favorite videos to make right now. Like, I love all things taking care of myself, all things healing, all things trying to vibrate high, all things getting me together. Okay, we are going to kick this video off in a positive way. Let's go ahead and Palo Santo it up. This is my favorite. I love sage, but Palo is just so sweeter, so not like cleanse, like bleach. It's more of a shine, wipe down, more like pledge. No pun intended. So yeah, let's go ahead and cleanse it up, cleanse my aura, get it together, clear, 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 clear. All right, so this video we're going to talk about the things that I have been using to, let's just say, plan my life and avoid certain mistakes, avoid certain transits, avoid certain things, right? So we're going to be talking about my equinox book, my possess your spirit, and in the back of this I am going to talk about my numerology report. So let's start with astrology. So let's start with astrology. So astrology, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, it is a map of where the planets were at the time you were born. Astrology is a tool to be used to help guide you throughout this matrix, this thing we call life. So here's the thing that I feel like people always get wrong with astrology. Let's just say you are a Taurus and you're always like, well, I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn, and that's just what it is. Actually, Taurus, you're supposed to be taking what you know about Taurus and applying it in a way that you can work on being stubborn. It's not a tool for an excuse. It is not a tool to be like, oh, it's because I'm a Sagittarius, that's why, and that's it. No, it is a map to help guide you into another direction so that you don't repeat the same cycles. And when you repeat the same cycles in life, you're recoordinated back to this ghetto place called Earth. So for me, I don't want to reincarnate with the same mistakes, okay? And that's a whole other conversation. Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you not? I do believe in ancestors and bloodlines, and I believe from generation to generation you pass down things to your bloodline. Therefore, you're coordinating the same mistakes over and over again. Astrology is to be used as a map so that you don't make mistakes or have harsh lessons. I feel like if you pay attention to your astrology, the easier life gets, in my opinion, because you can avoid so many things if you kind of know what is going on with the planets, what is going on with the world, and how to act accordingly. I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to explain from my perspective of why I use astrology. Listen, I'm not the perfect person to be talking about this. I am not an astrologer. I just picked up a couple of things along the way with a few books that I've read along the way, and this is how I use it. This is how I look at it. So with all that being said, every month I go to this book. This is something new. I got this February or March, so this is my first time ever getting this particular book. And I will leave the link down below. It's $45. It's from Amazon, and it's just a yearly personal horoscope for the year of 2023. Along with this, as far as my astrology bubble goes, there's a few people that I listen to that does like readings on each sign. One person being your spiritual mermaid. I feel like I've told you guys about her before. She has a Patreon. It's $11 a month, $11.11 a month. And I also listen to the Hood Healer. If you could catch her on a live, good for you. But however, I have the OnlyFans. So her OnlyFans, she does like a monthly or a seasonally read for each sign, and I always look up my sun, my moon, and my sun, my moon, and my rising. So I use Hood Healer. Along with Hood Healer, I like Tatianna Tarot. Tatianna Tarot is another girl that does monthly horoscopes, and I love her. Sometimes I catch the Hood Witch. It's been a while, so I haven't caught her. I also like Wisdom and Light. She does them. And I also like Big Empress Energy. And there's one more girl that I like as well. Hold on, let me find her. Clearly I'm using a lot of people. But I try to keep it to the people who I like. And it's also Rebel Flower. When she does them, she does them. But she does hers based on earth signs, fire signs, water signs, and air signs. Okay. Sad that I had to remember that by using the Captain Planet theme song in my head. Earth, air, fire. Yeah. For my Captain Planet people, I'm sure I'm not age again. Okay, my other girl. Let me find my other girl. Hold up. And I will link all of these people below. Okay, the last person is the 303 High Priestess Tarot on YouTube. And I will link her below, like I said. Okay. Back to the subject at hand. So with this equinox book, and I feel like I need to pan y'all down so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. It just gives you like a snapshot for the month. So let's come on, pan down, and let's see the snapshot. Let's get into my April. My April is said I'll be linking with friends, groups, and teams. Friendships and groups are featuring increasingly in my life. Whether or not I'm becoming a central figure within a social circle or getting involved in some manner of a group activity, around the new moon eclipse, April 20th, you may find yourself joining some type of group, clique, club, or I will be receiving more invitations from interesting sources. My discussions and thoughts may center on political, idealistic, technological subjects. Whatever situation or plan or purpose set in motion for the new moon, new technology acquired or repaired, may develop minor hiccups or plans must be revised to take account of personal pleasures, and social life must allow other interests like children or hobbies. Okay, let's talk about this. So I read this prior to April, of course. What things that happened that they talked about in here that I could have been prepared for? One, y'all saw the technology thing and repairs. My camera broke. Y'all remember, my camera broke. If you watch all my videos and go back to 2 vlogs ago maybe, y'all will know that my camera broke. And I had to be prepared for that hiccup to come. Now, if I would have read this prior, I would have been off the deep end with my emotions, okay? But by me reading this prior to, I knew that there were hiccups and it was going to be fixed. And something else, I got invited to NBA Youngboys party. I've been joining my group, my tribe of the group that we have, Helping Hands. Hey y'all. So that is like the group, the clique, or the activity that they were talking about. What else they talked about? Political and idealistic views. I started Self-Care Sunday because I wanted to share my thoughts on how I take care of myself. This is like my hub to talk about my astrology, my numerology, my tarot, my meditations, my sound bowl healings, my therapy sessions, whatever. So this is why I started this at this time, because of the new planetaries that are around me. Not saying, let me read this disclaimer right here. It says, no one can foretell your future. In my experience, there's no living person who can predict the future. Think of it as a way, if there's people who can, how is it that businesses that deal with risk like stock, commodity, broking, or gambling still exist? Imagine a vast of resources and opulence seared could control and the good or seer could control and the good or the evil they could do. Don't live your life for astrology. So astrology gives you an edge of additional information that can be used as a road map to allow you to choose your own route. I do not want to predict the future nor take decisions from you. No one should ever live their life by astrology alone. So that's my disclaimer, okay? Now, when I listen to certain readings and stuff, the last reading from Hood Hitter talked about how Sagittarius need to be focused on abundance. I am focused on how can I stay happy and have my happy bubble, and also when things are not as happy, how do I find my way back to happiness? So I use that for an example. The reading before, I think it was for Aries season for Sagittarius from the Hood Healer, she said go outside. What's been my theme so far? 2023, we outside. Okay, so she was saying like Sag need to be seen more and be out on the scene. I was already feeling like I needed to be outside more, and her reading just gave me further confirmation on the vibes that I was already feeling. Okay, get this if you want to. Y'all see how it looks. I feel like it's been working. I actually need to read the May section of this. I haven't done that yet. So for my preparation, I am going to read May after we finish recording this video, of course. Let's move on to my next thing. The next thing I use is a numerology report. Let me show y'all in detail. All right, here's my numerology report. It is by Dr. Craig. We found Dr. Craig through a little Juju podcast. I will link that below, as well as Dr. Craig's information. So it starts off similar to the astrology book, making the most of opportunities. Y'all can pause and read this if you would like. My April, as y'all can see, you will want to spend part of your time in April socializing and enjoying others, just as you have done for the last several months. Similar get-togethers of some sort of times or sometime with one or two special friends currently appeal to you. Sometime between April 9th and 27th, you'll also want to spend some time of the month by yourself, contemplating, studying with minimal interruption. In particular, you may want to look at the progress you've made since the beginning of the year and expressing yourself more fully and creatively. This could be a good time to also plan what you want to do for the rest of the year. To further your development, take time probably around April 18th. To assess some personal problems, you're working on some new awareness that you recently recognized. Some spiritual matters may also need your attention. Make sure you advise others of the need to be alone so that they don't get annoyed or resentful. If necessary, attend to help matters when you get a chance. Okay? So I use numerology the same way as I use astrology, but there's also certain similarities that come from this book and as well as my numerology report. And let me make this disclaimer as well. I got my Tatianna Tarot Possess Your Spirit book and my numerology report printed, and then I binded them together to help make my life easier instead of going from book to book to book to book to book. So now instead of having 3 books, I have 2, and they're off the computer. I like paper. I'm a paper girl. I am just a vintage Stone Age kind of girl, okay? So for April, it said much as the same thing. We're going to be outside, we're going to be socializing, we're going to be enjoying others, but we also needed to find time for ourselves. And I was able to find that balance, knowing that I need to keep my spirituality in line and all. Now, the part where it was talking about assessing what I'm going to do for the rest of the year, I didn't start doing that till like the latter part of April, early May. So like the first week of May, I have been focused on planning the rest of my life. Now when I say I've been planning the rest of my life, I don't know if I want to go into detail about this, but I am focused on my finances. One of my goals for this year is to be a freaking pioneer with the finances. Like, I just want my finances to be nailed. Money to be saved, money spent wisely, money not going out of the drain. I want to be able to see what the heck I'm spending money on instead of just spending and not actually doing the things that I want to do. There's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I want to try this restaurant, or oh, I wanted to go on this trip, or oh, I wanted to do this, and I dropped the ball because I didn't plan and prioritize. So I last week took time to plan and prioritize my whole rest of the year. To talk about it a little bit more in depth, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Okay, here we go. I wrote sections. My work goals, my personal goals, my travel goals, my emotional goals, and my goals for closet care, which I still haven't figured out what I want to do with that yet, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So like with my travel goals, I'm like, okay, what months I want to travel and where am I going and how much it costs. So I started putting that on a map, and I also plan it quarterly. So that 12-week goal thing with the book, I've never read the book, but I saw the summary, and there's this girl on YouTube who talks about it. I'll probably link that below as well. I just started putting stuff out on the map. Like, okay, what we doing? How we gonna get there? There's personal things I want to do in LA. Like, I felt like I haven't experienced LA. So I wrote a list of restaurants I want to try. I wrote a list of adventures I want to go on. So, yeah. I say all that to say, yes, from this numerology report, it is on point with how I'm progressing in my life this year. And like this report, I haven't read May yet, so I'm going to focus on May next, okay? All right, woo! I feel like I'm saying a mouthful, honey. Now let's get into the Possess Your Spirit. All right, this is Possess Your Spirit by Tatianna Tarot. My girl, I've had a reading by her before. She's a vibe, and I love her monthly astrologies as well. Here's a backdrop of what it's about. Table of contents. So there's an overview of 2022, a meditation, lessons from 2022, commanding a bullseye page, commanding your vision, shaping your success, blueprint for success, making things happen, and the Wheel of Life page. So this is an overview of 2022. Mind y'all, I filled this out already, but when I first got it printed, I printed it backwards, so I went and got to reprint it, and I need to move this stuff to here. Okay, it goes over spiritual self-care for 2022, relationships, health, full review using tarot, questions for 2022, commanding your vision, and then this is like to help plan your lifestyle. There's like several pages, and this help with 2023. More questions, more like what are your goals for the year, top 3. And then she has it like, why is this goal important to you? Actions you take to plan to get your goals down, and that's what a page for each goal. Top 3, top 3, top 3. And then this is my part. This is the part that I love. This here, every month you're to pull a tarot card for the month and check in with your goals and how they're coming along. And she also provides new and full moon information, and I love. So let's go back, let's go into here, and I will show y'all my April. Okay, so let me show y'all March, because April I didn't go back and finish the goal check-in. So March, it was a full moon. These are the cards. I pulled the 2 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And I had to learn to speak up for myself. Whole nother story for a whole nother day. And goal check-in. I paid down 2 credit cards. I told y'all finances are what I'm really focused on. I posted 3 YouTube videos, and the views are getting better. I'm getting more videos in real time. And I still need to get a spot for my birthday. Still haven't planned my birthday trip yet. That's one of the goals for my this year. I'll tell y'all that. So yeah, be on me about this birthday situation. So that was March. 2 of Pentacles. Yes, I was trying to balance my finances, so that has to do with the credit cards. 4 of Pentacles. It was hard for me to let go my old finance patterns, so that had to do with that. And yeah, that's an overview of March. Okay, so that was my overview of everything I have been using to help gear my year better than I've ever done it before. I've had a year's journey of the Numerology Report. This is my first year doing Tatianna Tarot, and this is my first year using this particular astrology book. So far so good, and I feel comfortable enough to share it with you guys and hope that you try it if you like. But it does help keep me organized, and I feel like for the first time in a super long time, I'm super organized. I went a little bit out of budget this month, but it's okay. I feel like I'm gonna get it back on track, so I ain't tripping. There was a couple new things that I needed, you know what I'm saying? So I hope this self-care Sunday helps you. I'm about to get into May planning, because it's currently May 7th, and I haven't done my May planning or summarizing up April, so I will do that after this freaking video. And I hope this helps somebody. Yeah, and let me know if you guys choose to download the free Tatianna Tarot template, or if you choose to get a numerology report. A 6-month report is $100, and there's a discount if you do. I'll leave his website below. We ain't gonna get into it. But the one I have, the 6-month one, is $100. I missed the sale. He does do a 12-month for $100, but I missed the sale, so that was my fault. And this Equinox book is $45, and I will leave the link below. Yes, this is money being spent, but it helps me. I feel like it's $100, $150, $145 well spent. Okay, so thank you guys. To anybody watching these videos, I am so grateful, because these are my favorite and the views are not there yet, but I know they're gonna get there. And I really appreciate y'all. So that is the end of this video, and I'll catch y'all on my next one. Bye.